Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Hitman 2, Master Difficulty, Suit Only, Silent Assassin, Wire Only, no KOs. This is another life, and it's probably the easiest mission in the game. It's also my favourite. It's my favourite because it reminds me of Blood Money, and it reminds me of some of the good parts of Absolution. It's such a cool place, and I feel like it really epitomises the stronger aspects of Hitman. I have to put a little bit of a negative stint on this, as I often do, because this is the buggiest level in the game, and you're going to see evidence of how buggy this level is, because I'm going to get fucked. This video made me so angry, I can't even begin to tell you, but I wanted to keep it because it's a wonderful example of just how dogshit this game can be, in spite of the fact that it's amazing. So, there is a task to collect 3 clues on this mission, but the clues can glitch. And if the clues glitch, sometimes they don't unglitch. I tried getting a 4th clue, it didn't work. In the end, I had to get a clue that involves knocking somebody out. So technically in this video, you're going to see me knock out an NPC and hide him in a bush. However, I already had 3 clues, the game fucked up. And in that area, and under those circumstances, I think it's fair for me to do that and not be penalised, because it's not my fault. I did everything wrong, apparently, to make the game hate me. And it's Mr. Batty's shed when I pick the evidence up. For some reason it doesn't trigger. I can load the game right now, run to that shed, pick it up, and it will trigger. But for some reason in this run, it doesn't trigger, and I don't know why, guys. So, there will undoubtedly be people that think that this is not valid because of that, but those people can fuck off, because it's not my fault that the game doesn't work. So, and I will inevitably record this again, but I'm in no rush because it's stressful, dude. So, I shoot this camera purely because I don't want to get spotted on the way back. Chances are you won't get spotted, so it's okay. But here is the first clue, guys. Turn on the gramophone and then hide in the attic. I hide in the attic because when I stood in the room twice, it didn't trigger the dialogue. This map is so buggy, it's not even funny. The first time I did this, guys, he never even reminisced over the gramophone, he just turned it off and pissed off. Can you believe that? I can, because it happened to me twice. And I have no idea why I get this terrible look, but I do. And I'm definitely going to be experimenting with this moment, because this is the perfect opportunity to kill this guy. Not only does he come to the room of his own volition, but there's a place to store him here. So, if I could perhaps not use the gramophone and use a different clue, I could kill him here much quicker than I'm about to kill him. Because once again, because I use this clue, I'm going to get off kilter, with my timings, and my timings are going to be a bit slack. The great thing about editing is I can remove that. So, you guys don't see me sitting for 4 minutes waiting for him to walk around every inch of Blackpool before he catches the bus home. Which is immensely frustrating, but it's also par for the course. And because I say this with such vehemence, I don't want people to be, don't be confused here that I in some ways hate the way that these games play. I love it, but I don't love it when I'm forced to repeat it several times due to fuck-ups that chances are weren't even your fault. Like, when I make a mistake, I'll eat that reset. But when I throw a coin and it bounces wrong, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I always feel like I got robbed. But wait for the bodyguard to exit the door and then go down the ladder. All we're going to do now is follow them where they went, but go directly across the corridor into the next room. You have to be careful here because depending on how you've lined this up depends on where people are. Once again, I like to look at them. You don't have to look at them, guys, when you've got the map on. You can use the map to find out your information, but old habits die hard. I've been playing Hitman for a long time, so you can't really go wrong with using your eyes to see where people are and see what they're doing. And then this is pretty particular, so be careful with this. Place the gun in front of the drawers here on this carpet, and then place the coin just past the gun. Make sure you don't place the coin too far to the left and too close to that door, because the old man can miss it. And if he misses it, this is not going to work. Additionally, if you put the gun too close to this door, the old man will report it, and the other person will get the gun instead of the bodyguard. This only works if you put this in the very particular places that I put it close to that area. So the old man enters the room, sees the gun, and goes and tells his bodyguard, "Dude, I've found a gun." The bodyguard usually goes, "Leave this for the professionals." He goes and picks it up, and then he walks out of the room the way he came in. The old man walks into the room behind him, sees the coin, walks past him, and as they both cross each other, we come out of the cupboard, Travolta style, and then we choke him. It's beautiful in its synchronicity, this one. I love this strategy. Because the moment I get out, he's done. And then we shove him in the cupboard we just left, and we retrace our steps, and we get out the exact same way. Because we killed the camera, we do not have to worry about being spotted by it by just ever so slightly not using the correct path. And I know that if it's on that timing, I can run directly across the first corridor without anyone seeing me, and then I just have a little glance here to make sure no one's looking, but I was okay, and now I can leave. Do not go out of that window, it's the wrong window. It's the window to your left, Chris. I was a little confused right now. I'm like, it's this window, right? No, it's not. It's the other window. Remember? You passed that thing. There you go. And then on this, as long as you're quick here, people start to see you, but as long as you get on the slide, you shouldn't get spotted. And now that I've done this, I'm going to do the rest of the evidence. Because in my mind, I kill the first guy, I get all 3 evidence, and then I save before Nolan. And it'll be easy, right? Because you don't even need to save in this one, and that's coming from somebody that loves saving, because it's easily one of the most doable missions, in my opinion. Only 2 targets, and really good methods for both of them. But it breaks itself, it goes wrong. The other time this went wrong, I got 2 clues before I went for Janus, and then I used the gramophone, and the third clue didn't tick. So you cannot use the gramophone as the third clue, because it breaks the scripting, and the game doesn't work. That's what I would have done traditionally, guys. I'd have gone for the 2 clues, then gone for Janus, then gone for Nolan. Nolan is the easiest person to kill in this map. I have a wonderful strategy, guys, and anybody can do it. But first we need to get some evidence and get denied. So come over to this fence. Depending on your timing, depends on where the gardener is. He comes directly out and opens the door for me, which was quite nice. So I'm just going to go in the way he came. There is 1 man now in this shed, and if you're on this timing that I'm doing, he should be coming out of the shed. Do you see him just there? So jump in the window, watch this. This is where I get screwed. So to your left is a file that should give you your second clue. I get the audio clip, but I don't get the tick. So it hasn't gone to number 2. We get the audio, but we don't get the goddamn thing. So just then, he's looking over a desk towards the lake, towards this canal here. I hear the noise, so I back up behind the shed. As soon as he resets, you should be able to run forward without any problems. Just go into the deep grass. And then the next one, we're going to dig up a cigar box. I do the cigar box because I was recommended it in my stream by the Godfather Dictator, because it's one of the easier ones, and he was absolutely correct. If you don't know Godfather Dictator, it's one of the best Hitman players I know. Definitely check him out. But be careful here, because there's a guy that does patrol. I don't know if he can see you in that cutscene. I don't risk it. Drop the shovel, and then run towards this corner. And now we're going to go back towards the very first house near where we started, Cassidy's house, and we're going to wait in his garage.
47. This could mean the Constant and Janus meet up on a regular basis.
So, I'm looking now, and the target's just exiting the house. So, of course, I get a little bit unlucky because I have to watch him do a full cycle. If you don't know, this particular target, Nolan comes out of the house, talks about trying to get into someone's basement, then he walks around the front of the village, and then he comes back into this area that I'm in right now, and then he goes into the house. What we're going to do is we're just going to sit here with this wrench behind this box and wait for him to do his path. If you get lucky, or you're quicker, or you do this first, you can get here when he's on the back edge of this original path, and you can kill him really quickly. But the strategy is simple. He's going to move from where that tree is to our right, and then come past that like forklift thing that's got that box in front of us, and come around the right-hand side of this quad. We're going to go around the left-hand side of the bike, and around the car, and as they pass us on the opposite side of the car, I'm going to throw the wrench to distract his bodyguard. His bodyguard's going to go outside, and we're going to kill Nolan and stick him in a bin. Right now, I know I have time to kill, so just in case that I'm getting screwed, which I haven't even realised I've already been screwed because I've already got 2 of the 3 clues right now. This was a safety strategy I wanted to use. I'm going to pick up the VHS in this room so that I can go to the building and listen to it and get the 3rd clue just in case it's glitched. And guess what, guys? I went to the building to play this tape. I got spotted by 2 fucking cameras, which pissed me off. And then when I got into the attic and put the taping, it didn't work. It still glitched. So, absolutely abject garbage, and I really hope IO patches it because it's unnecessary and it's unfair. There's no excuse for this to happen in a AAA game. I just don't care what their excuse is. It shouldn't exist. But the tape is on the table in the middle, and I'm waiting for this guy to settle so I can pick it up. So tape in hand, safety strat is 1/2 complete. We can come back over here and we can wait for the inevitable slow pathing of Mr. Nolan Cassidy. But there's going to be a transition, guys, that crossfades the edge of this path of him coming back towards us. If you want to drop a safety save here, guys, you want to drop it as he comes towards this tree. And then all we're going to do is move around the car as they move around the quad. So just creep ever so slightly around, and as soon as they come to your side, give it a couple seconds, and then toss your wrench. You'll notice the bodyguard stops, but the other guy doesn't, giving you some beautiful separation. He commands him to leave, and then as soon as he turns around, chase him down. It's such an elegantly simple pattern, but it works every single time. It's just a shame the fucking clues didn't, isn't it? So there you go, that's the end of the video, guys. That should have been escape, but it's not. And it's frustrating, but what can you do? It's a known flaw with the game. People have had this problem, it's not just me, and hopefully it'll get reported and hopefully it'll get fixed. But instead, I'm going to have to wander off and throw a cigar box at somebody. So right now I'm in a pretty much an existential crisis because I've done the mission, and it's the final mission I had to record, and I was done with the walkthrough. And I was just really frustrated, and I gave it a little bit of thought, and I just thought, I know the dude's going to be on that bench because I hate him, and I have a bit of a history with this guy, if you were in the stream. And because I was so miffed, I'm going to go knock him out. I'm going to go and knock him out, and I bet you anything it updates the clues. And I tried 2 other clues, and they didn't update, but this one does. You couldn't write it, could you? You wouldn't believe it if it wasn't in video format. And before anybody says, well, Chris, you didn't talk to the copper who triggers the waypoint to change to the Batty file in the shed, you don't have to, dude. I've tested this level, trust me, guys. I've got all 3 clues on every difficulty in a practice run to make sure I knew where they were. It never had problems in the practice runs, only in this run. So I'm going to wait for these 2 guys to finish their conversation, and then I'm going to throw a coin. You can probably just throw a coin if you want to, but I didn't want to risk them turning around too quickly, because I know when the conversation ends, one of them walks away, and you stand a better chance of nobody seeing if less people have eyes on you. But I shouldn't have to do this, you know? It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And it's a good job I don't care about, like, doing it really quickly and being on the leaderboard and things, because I would have been really angry. There's the coin. Throw the cigar box. Boom! Pick him up. Dump him, and then pick up his shit. It's really frustrating, though. I played perfectly, you know? I did everything I wanted to do, and it all went well. It all went as intended, and I got punished for it. And it's completely unacceptable. But we did it, so time to leave. And of course, all the exits around me are locked, because I haven't figured out how to do them or found the keys, so I'm going to have to run all the way back up the street and leave the way we came in. I really love this game, and I hope that they help it, because it's one of those quality of life problems that's gonna hurt a casual player as much as it hurts a hardcore player. Because as frustrating as it is to be doing a run like this and get screwed, can you imagine if you only play this game once, and you get a really sour taste in your mouth over this level because it doesn't work correctly? That's not fair on that person, dude. Because this game is awesome, and you should go away from it thinking, wow, that game was awesome. You shouldn't go away from it thinking, wow, that level was shit, wasn't it? Barely worked. Barely functional. But hopefully you never see that bug. You know, maybe it's just one of those things. Sometimes it can just be serendipitous, can't it? But I was happy to do it. And I hope those strategies help, because they're pretty cool. So let's check our stats. There's the achievement, or trophy, depending on your platform. Perfect crime. And then here's all the accolades. Suit only, silent assassin, all the other stuff. Like 1 million renditions of suit only, silent assassin. Boom. Total experience, 20,000 XP. There's our 5-star rating, 17 minutes. 36 on the leaderboard with that, apparently, which is not too shabby considering it's the first time I've done it. And there you go, folks. No noticed kills. Everything correct, still got punished. Thank you for watching. You take care now.